name is Suzanne, and I'd like to tell you about my daughter Ellie. Ellie was born April 22nd, 2011, 32 weeks and 2 days into a very complicated pregnancy. She was small. She was the smallest thing I'd ever seen, weighing just over 3 pounds and 15.5 inches long. We didn't know right away if everything was going to be okay, and they rushed her off to the NICU. When I saw her for the first time, Ellie was attached to a breathing machine and had tubes and wires coming out from everywhere. I was so scared. Over the next week, Ellie proved to be a fighter. She weaned herself from her breathing machine and seemed to be thriving, although she slept 24 hours a day and needed help with eating. We were told that she just had typical preemie issues and that she would outgrow them. At just under 2 weeks of age, they transferred us to a smaller hospital where we were in holding pattern so that Ellie could eat and grow. They sent us back to BC Children's Hospital where they started some investigative testing. Ellie endured every test under the sun: metabolic testing, genetic testing, neurological testing, everything. And what the doctors decided she probably had was a genetic condition called Prader-Willi Syndrome. There's nothing we did to cause it. It's not genetic. It is just a fluke. And it happens approximately 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 30,000 births. Approximately 70% of people who have Prader-Willi syndrome are walking around undiagnosed. For us, a diagnosis is huge because with a diagnosis, we know what to expect. Prader-Willi syndrome is a genetic defect of the 15th chromosome. Essentially, there's a small bit of information missing on the paternal side of chromosome 15. Prader-Willi is a 2-part disorder. The first stage is from birth, and infants are typically hypotonic. That means that they have low muscle tone, and because of the low muscle tone, they have difficulty sucking. So they're usually unable to breastfeed or bottle feed and need to be tube fed. While Prader-Willi is a spectrum disorder, there is one symptom that affects every single individual: hunger. At some point between the ages of 2 and 8 years old, the hypothalamus, it's a part of your brain, malfunctions, and the signal to your brain that you are full is never received. This leads these individuals to feel a never-ending, insatiable hunger. Food becomes their sole preoccupation. Without constant monitoring, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without strict routine, without discipline, these children will become morbidly obese, which affects their whole life. Doctors told us that Ellie wouldn't be able to eat until she was 2 years of age. She started eating independently at 2 months of age. They told us she wouldn't be able to sit independently until she was well over a year. At 6 months of age, she was sitting independently. They told us she wouldn't be able to roll, and she can roll. They told us that she wouldn't be able to walk until she was well over 2 years of age, and she's already bearing weight on her legs. They told us she wouldn't be able to do so many things, and every day she astounds us with her progress. In spite of our diagnosis, we're incredibly fortunate to live now in an era of advanced therapies, early diagnosis, and being able to do everything that we can to provide our children with the best upbringing. We live in a time of hope. The greatest tool I found when I got Ellie's diagnosis is that there are online social support networks. Online media, social media, everything is accessible to you in the click of a mouse. You can access groups dedicated to the age range your child is in that moment so that you can talk to people going through the exact same thing as you. Even though their children's symptoms may not be the same as you, at least you have a sounding board. About 10 years ago, a bunch of families joined together to form the Foundation for Prader-Willi Research. Seeing that there were no doctors working together, they decided to form this foundation with the goal of advancing research to find cures to improve the life of people with Prader-Willi syndrome. Together, they started a walk called the One Small Step Walk for Prader-Willi Research. What started as a small walk in 5 cities has grown to a walk in 50 cities, raising almost $1 million a year towards research. With this type of motivation, a cure is inevitable. This is Ellie. Ellie and I are walking this summer for the One Small Step Walk for Prader-Willi Research. Together, we hope to raise awareness of Prader-Willi Syndrome and raise funds to fund research. Together, with your help, we hope to fund a cure.